Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Sunday, February 26, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern. Do not rely on your mind for liberation. Go beyond it altogether. Be aware of being aware. Broaden and deepen the field of awareness. You are beyond space and time, uncaused. The very matrix of existence, the supreme absolute, the source of being, life, and consciousness. Nisargadatta. You may be more busy and distracted than you realize or even want to admit. The mind tends to get fixated on thoughts about your survival as it keeps itself occupied with getting all those ever so important things done so you can remain happy, successful, loved, at peace, and free. The mind tends to form habitual ways of thinking, which give us a sense of security in this life and can experience ourselves as you and not someone else. If you only had brand new and original unique thoughts all day long and all life long, you probably wouldn't have any clue about who or what you are. So there are many positive and negative aspects to repetitive thinking patterns. But this is not what creates the suffering you experience in your life. It's the lack of stillness, silence, and total quietness of the mind, where all of life's apparent problems can be found. Most people, and I've heard this for years and years and years, they tell me that they don't have time to relax, meditate, or sit still, or do nothing. They are too busy, too worried, and too hooked on their desires to get everything that needs to get done so they don't feel even more stressed, overwhelmed, and tired tomorrow. Now, if this sounds like you on any level, my advice is that if and when you ever want to get out of the rat race, you have to stop thinking like a rat. If and when you ever want to get out of the rat race, you have to stop thinking like a rat. This universe is responding to who you believe you are. We're here to master our minds and our ego. Now, to prepare your body to enter the state of mind mastery, you will first need to entice your mind to step completely out of its busy comfort zone and start showing everything, slowing everything down. If you ever want to win this insane rat running race, you have to slow down. It may seem preposterous, right? And illogical, that you'll only fall far behind. That's the first mind approach that comes in. You're going to get behind if you slow down. You're going to lose ground if you slow down. Yet, you remember who won the race between the tortoise and the hare. The hare fell asleep because he was so tired and then missed the entire journey, while the tortoise slowly strolled on by. To initiate the energy of slowing everything down, only move your body at a speed where you truly can relax inside yourself. To initiate the energy of slowing everything down, only move your body at a speed where you truly can relax inside yourself. Do everything in a calming way that makes you feel tantrically connected to everything. Only take actions with consciousness, presence, grace, and ease. Only take actions with consciousness, presence, grace, and ease. This calm, conscious approach will create a spacious and timeless experience inside your body, which is a huge secret to raising your vibration and manifesting anything you desire. This calm, conscious approach will create a spacious and timeless experience inside your body, which is a huge secret to raising your vibration and manifesting anything you desire. Slowing down will also drop you deeper into your heart center, where you'll feel more loved, become more loving, and experience the real richness of your life. This loving, kind energy allows you to see and feel the spiritual dimension of this life. Not rushing helps you to spiritually wake up, because eventually you realize there is no finish line. You are on an endless journey that continues forever, even after your body is gone. Many of us, I think, are convinced, I believe we're convinced, that there is a finish line. And this is why, in almost a false sense, many of us are hurrying, scurrying, and rushing through this life. And every lifetime that we have been in, to get to the finish. And the finish doesn't exist. Through intense, deep meditation, you reach a state that is beyond thought, beyond change, beyond imagination, beyond differences and duality. Once you can stay in that state for a while and come out of it without losing any of it, then the inner divine love will begin to pour through you. You will not see people as different, separate individuals. You will see your own self in everyone around you. Then the flow of love from within you will be constant and unbroken. Swami Muktananda. If and when you learn to sit with yourself, you can sit with anybody in the world. The next essential foundation to lay down to enter the realm of mind mastery is this. Your goal is to find an omnipresent silence inside you. To discover this infinitely peaceful reservoir of bliss, you must choose to ignore the background of thoughts, beliefs, and desires that are playing out in your subconscious mind. This deeper mind is a bit more difficult to hear than the incessant chattering noise in the head, yet it's always there. It's as if there are 100 items hiding in your basement. And even though you don't see them every year, they are taking up space in your home. You cannot truly know what is hiding in your basement until you go down there to look. It will never be cleaned and organized unless you make it a priority to look into it. The fulfillment of your life depended on how at ease you can be with everything stored inside you. The devotion to exploring and unraveling yourself is huge and will pay off for years to come. This is why I'm urging you now to start the process of slowing everything down now, so that the one day you can make it down to the very bottom basement floor and see exactly what has been stored away in your deepest subconscious programming. This universe is saying, allow me through you unrestricted, and you will see the greatest magic you have ever seen. Plus joie. And when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. Paulo Coelho, the alchemist. Now, it's a choice. It's a definite choice to master your mind. And you don't need to be in a cave or on a mountain with a guru to do it and learn, and for the next 15, 20, 30 years, determine when you're ready. You follow and practice these 3 steps daily to master your mind over the next 21 days. And these are absolutely paramount. Learn how to relax your entire body. For 5 minutes a day, at the same time and the same spot, sit comfortably in a chair or lie on the floor and release any tension in your body from head to toe. Imagine your body is filled with sparkling, golden, healing light that calms and releases any tension held inside. Find whatever your most comfortable posture is where you can let go of your body. You're sitting, perhaps lean against a wall to keep your back vertical, yet relaxed. Pretend your spine is a gently balanced stack of golden coins. Let your hands rest comfortably wherever they are and do nothing. The second step, learn how to sit very, very, very still. Do not move a muscle, yet do not try not to move. Do not move a muscle, yet do not try not to move. Simply pretend you are a crystallized statue that just happens to breathe on its own. The magic happens when all your attention is resting inside you and you are relaxing into the core of you. If there is any effort at all, it's about relaxing deeper, letting go of everything and becoming completely unmoving. Yet you must let go of all effort on all levels. The key is simply to be very still, and this will eventually allow your mind to relax. Now, you may think it's impossible to bring your mind into complete silence because you've never experienced anything like this before. It can feel daunting, even terrifying. And you might notice yourself avoiding this exploration and suddenly get distracted again and again and again with something more practical and important. And number 3, learn how to be unfocused and experience your presence. Learn how to be unfocused and experience your presence. This may be the most challenging of them all, but miracles will shine through when you can master this one. Sitting in stillness, doing nothing, watching your mind. When your mind starts thinking and focusing on something, gently and slowly bring it into being unfocused. Relax into the unfocused feeling and experience your presence. Just by not allowing the mind to focus on any thought, you will relax into experiencing your own soft, wonderful presence that you already are. Be infinitely patient with your mind. It is very stubborn and sneaky. It requires your total devotion and love to become free from your mind's perpetual addiction to focusing on something. Anytime you're doing nothing, relax into being unfocused and experience your presence. Stay in the rich presence experience for as long as you possibly can, whenever you can. Focus on the feelings and the quality of the energy of unfocusedness inside you. How does the sensation of it resonate in your body? Focus your mind on this feeling and rest in that. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light of meaning in the darkness of mere being. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light of meaning in the darkness of mere being. Carl Gustav Jung. Now, if you have been using the mind to meditate, repeating a mantra or using some spiritual technique to quiet the mind, perhaps this is a faster technique for connecting with the enlightened presence of absolute, unbounded, pure empty consciousness. For me, this is the great gold mine, as I instantly drop into pure being with it. So I invite you for the next week of your life to let go of all your techniques and try this one. With enough trust, patience, and surrender, we will all strike gold. Be aware of what you are focusing on with your mind throughout your day. When you slow your entire life down, the mind will soon stop all its mental chatter, and meditation becomes easy and effortlessly. Whenever thoughts arise throughout your day, just watch them. Don't follow them like a lost sheep would, and don't try to get rid of them. Every thought is a new gift from the universe to unwrap and unravel. Just play the game of catch and release. As soon as they come, let them go. Notice which thoughts you cannot release or don't want to let go of, and which ones keep getting caught in your net. Allow your thoughts to be whatever they need to be, and then return to the practice of being an unfocused, pure presence. This is your golden key to nirvana. Practice being empty, quiet, and free as much as possible. Absolute unbounded joy and freedom are your natural states. Yet it may take from 3 minutes to 3 months to find it. So just be patient, because it is absolutely worth it. The depth of awareness of our eternal nature allows us to taste the texture of what mind mastery feels like. There is a freedom inside this space that is like nothing you have ever known before. It is beyond anything the mind has ever comprehended. The more you can slow down everything you do, you'll find that your every breath can feel close to orgasmic. Lastly, it's important to feel open to receiving guidance. How would you feel about trying to climb Mount Everest in your summer bathing suit with a small water bottle in your hand? Ideally, you need a spiritual guide and a meditation teacher who has walked the path already to hold your hand. Climbing to the peak of consciousness is a great journey. And if you don't watch out, you may get lost. If you try to do everything alone, you might find that the mind will go back to its old habits and tricks. A meditation teacher acts like your own personal high-tech helicopter that will drop you off at the top of Everest with warm protective gear and take you back home to base camp safely soon after. You need not leave your room. Remain sitting at your table and listen. You need not even listen. Simply wait. You need not even wait. Just learn to become quiet, still, and solitary. This world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no other choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. Franz Kafka. Everything that we do is about mastery. And it is a choice that we make. Some fear mastery. Some feel more comfortable in allowing the ego mind to guide them forever, because it's a habit. And it's easy. So everyone thinks. But you realize that the teacher is the God that you are in that body. And in order to meet the teacher that you are, you've got to discover it. Now, everybody has perspectives. Everybody has different direction, understanding, application that may work for them, but not necessarily for everyone. This is why all the gurus of the planet for eons and eons were not able to shift the civilization to a higher vibrational frequency. I mean, take notice throughout history. This is a kind of a fail-safe for all of us. It shows us the only way for this civilization to ascend, to go into higher levels of vibrational frequency, is by learning about who and what you truly are in that body. And you discover along the way, in the event you choose to, the first steps that you understand is that the ego mind is an illusion and doesn't exist. Isn't that interesting? So the illusion, and if you have an illusion, you can't pick it up or touch it or hold it because it's an illusion. It has no solidity. This is why so many of us throughout existence are in this continual circle that we keep walking on over and over again, and this circle just goes around and around and around. And we're going so fast, we're in such a hurry that we don't notice at all that we're walking in a circle. And many lifetimes, we don't notice that we're walking in a circle. Now, we don't see our surroundings. We don't notice them. We don't take notice of them because we're so much in a hurry. And so many of us, the ego mind will not allow you to slow down because depending on your programming, all these things come in: guilt, and worry, and stress, and fear, and anxiety, and anger flood in. Because if you don't do anything, then you're not productive. You've got to be productive at all times. Because if you aren't productive, then you're lazy. And if you're lazy, you won't amount to anything. These things have been instilled in the civilization. Misinterpreted, twisted, disjointed. Does it make any sense to any of us that we spend all of our time, what? Hurrying through life. We spend all of our time worrying, stressing, and fearing to some degree. A lot of the times we don't even know we're worrying, stressing, and fearing because we're so used to worry, stressing, and fearing. In fact, you may say to yourself, I'm so totally relaxed. Naturally, right? And in eventuality, you're stressed. And you don't know you're stressed because you're so used to being stressed. See, it's all about you. It is not about anything else outside of yourself. You have been there and done that more times than you could possibly count. It is about you. It's about literally stepping inside yourself and discovering every avenue, every angle, every crack, every crevice, to find out who and what you are. It's self-discovery. You won't do it by being in a rat race. You won't. It will not happen. You're in that rat race. You are hurrying forward. You're constantly running, but you're all in a circle, and you don't know it. You think you're moving straight ahead, but you're actually going in a circle. Ego mind convinces you that it is a road straight ahead because you don't see the curves and the angles. And to you, it is a road straight ahead, but it is a circle in reality. And many of us, when we do believe something, right, we do not understand that we are creating it. We don't believe that we're creating it. We don't have the trust, faith, and confidence in ourselves or the universe to believe that we're creating it. Okay? But we are creating it. So you can see why on this planet, the lower frequencies do everything that they can to convince you to fight fire with fire. Has it ever worked? When you're being completely honest with yourself, has it ever worked? No, it hasn't. So we keep doing it, and we keep falling for the same tricks that the lower frequencies play on us day in, day out, lifetime after lifetime. That's not a negative, but it's becoming aware of all of this. When you're aware, you decide you no longer are going to fight fire with fire because you have learned that it doesn't work. You're going to focus on increasing your vibrational frequency. And the more on this planet that continually make a concerted, genuine, loving effort to do so will immediately change the planet and everything happening on it, in it, above it, and below it. It's deciding to do so. And only you can decide to do so or not. You need not leave your room. Remain sitting at your table and listen. You need not even listen. Simply wait. You need not even wait. Just learn to become quiet, still, and solitary. This world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no other choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. Having the confidence through the heart-mind, having the faith and trust, deep faith, deep trust in yourself and the universe, slowing down are all key factors. And they're all decisions that each of us will make sooner or later, if we haven't already. All the happenings, everything, because when you understand that none of us are separate, that includes the good, the bad, and the ugly. None of us are separate. And when we fall as a civilization into low frequency, it doesn't mean that we know that we're cognizant of this. It means that we really don't know who and what we are, so we succumb or we drop into lower vibrational frequency, but not understanding that that affects everything around us. Everything. When you're in a hurry, you miss it all. Right? When you're in a hurry, you miss it all. when you're not. It's the journey. Because with us, this journey has no ending. So it's what we take in the journey. It's what we choose to learn in the journey. This is a great journey. There's no finish line. There never was. One may believe that in one life, depending on their programming, they may believe that there is an end. You have time in the body, you leave the body. And then that's the end, the afterlife, right? But it never ends. You enter more bodies. You incarnate on different levels of frequency. You experience. What else do we do as gods? We experience. We're constantly absorbing and learning forever and ever and ever. And as a collective consciousness, even down to the quantum quark particle, which has been found to have its own consciousness, it means that we're all one consciousness. But many of us believe that we're separate. And the illusion that we're separate. And that's a big illusion because it stops us from discovering who and what we are in the body. Now, when you get in, let's just use a little analogy. When you have a brand new vehicle, right? You haven't been introduced to anything that it offers. Nothing. You have the keys, you get in it, and you begin to drive. So you don't know all the things that it comes with. It's like that when our souls, our God, enters these bodies. We aren't aware at all of all the things that come with these bodies. Zero. We have zero knowledge on that. So you can imagine when you're in this new vehicle and you haven't been oriented on all the things it comes with, you're not going to be able to operate it too well, are you? Oh, what's this over here? Oh, what's that there? Oh, I'll push this button. It's the same when we enter these bodies. We don't. We are informed that there's an ego mind. We're not. And it's that it's an illusion. We don't know what relaxation is, total body relaxation. We have no idea. We don't know any of this stuff. We know that we're in a body. Not all of us, the majority of us don't. From the standpoint of saying, okay, the God that I am is in this body. I am not this body. It doesn't work that way. We go in the body and we just are in a body. We think we're the body in the beginning anyway. We think we're the body. We're not the body. We never were, never will be. And so the body is provided so that we can navigate physical, material existence. So you begin to comprehend the fact that you come into a body with no memory, and then you begin to rediscover who and what you are. Now, when the soul enters the body, it doesn't know what the body is. It's going to enter the body. And it's going to do things through the body on this planet. It doesn't know about ego. It doesn't know about personality. It doesn't know about character. It doesn't know about names. See, it doesn't know what's right or wrong, all of those things. And so it's like a fresh new day. every day for the soul in the beginning and the body until the programming begins. And the programming begins as soon as the God that you are, the soul that you are, enters that body. Programming begins at that point. So it is a constant programming by everything outside of you. So you're an empty vessel, right? So the programming comes in. You don't have any reference to cross-compare what programming is coming in at all. You don't have a starting point. It just comes in and it's registered and recorded on a continual basis. And it's a program. See, it's the body that's being programmed, not the God. It's the body that's being programmed. So when you realize that, and you say to yourself, well, my body has been programmed. Yes, it has. That's a true statement. Well, how am I going to reprogram it? You learn. You learn how to reprogram the body. You learn that you are not your name. You're none of that. You're not the character or the personality. That is not you. That's the body. Period. And see, since the ego mind is an illusion, most of us are guided by the ego mind. Why do you think the majority of this planet is in what they call a rat race? In a hurry to get nowhere. Because the journey, they're programmed to believe that the journey ends. It never does. You see the difference? The journey never ends. People say, well, yes, I live this life, I leave the body, it's over. No, it isn't. The body's over, that one you were in. But you're not. You're never over. You never end. You're eternal. That's the primer for everything for us to start coming in, to flood in, cascade in. That's the key understanding. I mean, deeply understand. When that comes about, when you deeply understand that you, the God, are on an endless journey. You inhabit things, you experience them, they end, you go on. So it's like I use the analogy. You put on a suit, and eventually you take it off, you put on another suit. And this is how it is. And once you discover that you really, truly are the God and not the body, then everything opens up. The universe. You begin to understand that you are the master. You are the universe is you. It's interchangeable. You begin to understand that you vibrate at a very, 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 very high frequency. The body doesn't. See? When you discover yourself, it affects the body, the vibrational frequencies go way up. You begin to understand that being at peace, remain sitting at your table and listen. You need not even listen, simply wait. You need not even wait. Just learn to become quiet, still, and solitary. And this world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. Has no other choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. This is our awakening. This is truly our understanding. Each of us will grasp it in different ways, but it's all the same path. And when we grasp it, and when we do discover it, there's no turning back. You won't care to. It won't even cross contemplation. You'll understand that you're the peace, you're the joy, you're the love, you're the gratitude, you're the happiness. Nothing out there is. See, out there isn't that interesting? Until we discover the only thing that isn't an illusion and that never changes, that's the only thing that is real, is the God that you are in that body. You begin to feel it. You begin to sense and understand and comprehend. The more it sinks in, and the more you begin to understand, and you support it through your meditation, through being still on a daily basis, through understanding that you leave the mind and ego alone. You leave it alone. You watch it. You don't judge it. You don't analyze or critique it. You watch it. You watch everything. You watch the body. And you understand that everything around you is temporary. It's a short stay. And the way these bodies have been manipulated, it's a very short stay. 80, 90 if you're lucky. So doesn't it make sense that when we do begin to awaken, that we go within and stay within? That we know the beginning steps, that the ego mind is going to do everything it can to keep you under its supervision. And to be aware of that. So when it does, you know what to do. It takes practice, sure. For some, it could take lifetimes. So you begin to realize is that without judgment, you say to yourself, why would I continuously, while I'm in this body, why would I continuously seek outside of myself? Why would I look for answers to my questions out there when I never really have found them in any lifetime? Why wouldn't I spend the time I'm in this body going within and discovering who and what I am? See, right now, we come into these bodies and it's like putting the cart before the horse. That's how we live in these bodies, putting the cart before the horse. And we're directed. Okay? We're directed a lot by society. Society directs us. It tells us how to be. It tells us what to worry about. It is a conglomeration of massive amounts of thoughts that we have taken, we have given the thoughts energy, we have moved them into form, brought them into reality, and experienced them. And we do this every day, 24/7, even while we sleep. So the understanding of it is to learn about who and what you are. It isn't complicated. When you tell yourself something is going to be complicated, it's going to be complicated. I'll guarantee you that. Or if it's real deep and intricate. Most of the things we discover by chance, right? We bump into something, we read something, and it rings a bell, and then it opens us up a little bit more. And then we say, wow, I would like to go into this much more deeper. This rings with me. This vibrates with me. So I want to go into it deeper. I want to discover more. And you will. They're like steps, okay? It's like 101, 102, 103. You begin to uncover the mystery of we the gods. You begin to identify, without judging, many things. You also find things that you were programmed with, right, that you have socked away somewhere, that you just didn't care to deal with it, you didn't care to embrace it, and to have it disintegrate once and for all. These are things that as we go deeper within, we discover. We discover things about ourselves while we've been in these bodies, and the body itself carrying the emotionality, all of the things that it has collected since it has been operating. And you find these things. You find the direction of letting go, not attaching yourself to things, enjoying them, having a great time, but not attaching yourself to things, letting them go. Okay? It is a whole different understanding and feeling and belief. It's just completely different than what any of us have ever been programmed to believe. This is our own programming. This is the God programming within this body. You override the majority of the programming that body has received because it doesn't serve you a greater good purpose. It tells you to stay in the rat race and to succeed, and the finish line is just ahead. And that's all not true. This is why so many people think it's the end, right? Because when they get to the point where they know they're going to leave the body, and sometimes I've heard it said, it's a shame it has to end this way. What's ending? You're just leaving the body. This life, right, is over in physical form. You aren't. You're going to continue forever. But see, most don't believe that because they haven't learned it. They haven't accepted it because it is. So they cling or attach themselves of believing the unknown. What's going to happen when I leave the body? Where am I going to go? Am I going to see anything? I've heard all these people talk about stuff. What's going to happen? See, because you're still communicating as the body and not the God. You need not leave your room. Remain sitting at your table and listen. You need not even listen. Simply wait. You need not even wait. Just learn to become quiet, still, and solitary. This world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no other choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose, and an easy and slow breath out of the mouth. Remain still. Drop everything in your mind. It's time to let go of the tyranny of your mind. Drop all of your ideas about who you are. Let go of your fears and any worries about your future. Let go of your life, your things, your body, and then your mind. Free yourself completely of everything until there's no thing left. Release your attachments of how others should be. Stop holding on to all of your beliefs about the way life should be for you to be happy or free. Just sit still, rest deeply in this stillness, and enjoy being free from this crazy mind. Don't stop letting go of your thoughts until there is a deep peace in every direction you look. Who knew enlightenment could be so easy? Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We will return here Monday, February 27th, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. And practice being in deep gratitude 24/7. Because we're never going to run out of what we can be grateful for.